Hey, it's the nerdy sports fan, and we're giving out draft grades. And we're in the AFC South, and already went through the Colts and Titans, so let's dig into these Texans. Now, you cannot separate this draft from the trades. You just can't. I don't at all like the value return on almost any of the trades made in the past two seasons. Um, I think he gave away way too much in order to get Larry Tunsil. I don't think he got enough back for DeAndre Hopkins. Um, there's too much in those trades, and the value return is evident when you come into a draft with no first round pick, and most of the people in the country don't necessarily feel like you've gotten the value return to this point in order to warrant not having a first round pick this year. So, yeah, that's where I'm at there. So, that prefaces this entire draft. You don't have a pick until the second round at number 40, but you got Ross Blacklock. And this guy's a monster. Okay, I really do like Ross Blacklock. He was one of my top 5 defensive tackles if you were looking at my pre-draft videos at all. And I think he's a fantastic run stopper. I think he has potential for getting after the quarterback, but not as much as some of the other tackles. I really do think he's just a space eater. Okay, you cannot handle a guy of his strength one-on-one consistently, so you're gonna have to put another man on him consistently in pass pro. And if you're trying to do any sort of running up the middle or around the edge on his side, because for a big man he actually does pursue quite well. I think that's going to open up people like J.J. Watt. I mean, towards the end of his career here, he's not going to be able to do everything against double and triple teams as consistently as he did a few years ago. So getting some more talent on that defensive line will make the other members of your defensive line, which is now aging, a lot more effective. So I really like the selection of Ross Blacklock. Beyond that, in the third round, you got Jonathan Greenard, Greenyard, Florida defensive end. So a lot of people were very high on this guy, myself included. I felt like he could have easily been a second round pick. So kudos picking him up in the third. And again, more rotational players at defensive end position, defensive line in general, was definitely a position of need for this team. They have lost a lot on their defense in the past few years, and restocking is really a good step forward. After that, in the fourth round, we got Charlie Heck, the offensive tackle, and I like Charlie Heck. I really do. Looking at film on tackles is horribly boring, so I didn't do a hell of a lot of it, but what film I did watch, I see a guy that has potential. Okay, he's got size, he can move well enough. No, he wasn't one of the top 5 tackles coming out of this draft, but tackle is actually a very deep position in this draft. He's not going to walk onto the field and be spectacular immediately, but generally speaking, offensive linemen take a year or two to kind of figure out pro blocking schemes, get to their full weight and strength level, because now they have better access to better workout facilities, dietitians, that sort of thing. So I think he has the potential to end up being a starting tackle, likely a right tackle in this league, but a starting tackle nonetheless. And when you get talent like that on a team that has really been poor in the offensive line department, that's always a bonus. Beyond that, you got John Reed, which is a whatever pick to me. He's like a nickel or dime at the absolute best once he develops. He's not necessarily going to step right in and be an immediate difference maker. He's athletic enough, but not enough instinctually there to really think that he's going to be a huge difference maker. And Isaiah Coulter as a fifth-round wide receiver, you're looking there, especially on a team like this that already has very high-quality wide receivers on the roster. He's going to have to make the team on special teams. That's it. That's the only thing that's going to get him a roster spot. So I really like what was done early on in this draft for the Texans. I just really hate what they have as far as picks in general, because I just don't think they got enough in the trades that have been made in the past few years, and they're really just giving all of their assets away in order to acquire not that much as far as I've been able to tell. So I gave them a B. I really liked everything they did, but it just started from a negative position. So let me know what you guys think. Hit me up in the comments. You know, if you're just really absolutely sold on some of this stuff, or if you share my concern for what's going on in the front office, I'd love to hear it. Hit up the other videos that I have to see what I think about what's going on in the rest of the league. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. I'm actually starting a Patreon this year. I got that going off the ground, so come fantasy football season, hit me up so I can help you set your fantasy football lineups. I watch way too much film, and I usually dominate my leagues. I'm always in the top 2 positions all the damn time, so I can make sure you can get to that position as well. So, again, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.